hi, Nell.
Hi, Bucky. Oh, fine. Now they tell me.
Tell you what.
I just signed a lease on an apartment this morning, and now here's a note for an agent I saw last week telling me about a sensational duplex. Why didn't they phone me, for heaven's sakes?
Was it too late?
Oh, I'm sure it is. Well, the place I took is fine, and certainly much more convenient anyway.
That's good. Hey, you know, I think this is the first time I've ever seen you in the staff lounge.
I am in here once a day, darling, to pick up my mail. I have made numerous attempts to have the mail delivered to my office, but I'm afraid I'm fighting a losing battle. What are you doing here, anyway? I thought you were going away today.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, don't tell me they switched the schedule on you at the last minute.
Well, they tried, but Clem took pity on me and let me off. No, I wish he hadn't.
Why? What happened?
Well, my day off didn't work out the way I planned it. Nell, I think I have a serious problem.
What kind of a problem?
Well, if I tell you, and without mentioning names, will you keep it confidential?
Well, if that's what you want, of course.
Because I sure need somebody to talk to.
Well, you know you can talk to me anytime.
It's a situation I don't know how to handle. I just don't know what to do next.
Dad?
Oh, hello, Faith. I'll be with you in just a moment. Well, what can I do for you?
I'm not your patient, you know. I'm your daughter.
Oh, yes, of course. I thought you looked familiar.
Aren't you wondering what I'm doing here?
Well, yes, that's what I'm trying to find out.
Well, don't you remember I was going to be gone tonight?
Oh, that's right, of course. Well, did something happen?
Yeah. I changed my mind. I'm going to be home after all. So could we have dinner together, maybe spend some time together tonight?
Oh, well, Faith, I wish we could. I've made plans for this evening.
Can't you change them?
Well, it's a little late, I'm afraid.
Dad? Please?
You're awake again. And you woke up all by yourself this time. I know you must want to talk. It has to be so frustrating not to be able to say anything, particularly if you're Orion. But it won't be much longer. Remember what Doc said. As soon as they take out the trach tube, you'll be able to speak again. And the pneumonia's clearing up very fast, so they'll probably take it out tomorrow. Oh, Frank, what Doc said was so encouraging. You gave us a pretty bad scare, but you're going to be all right. I know you are. You have a lot of questions, haven't you? You'll be able to ask them all very soon. You must be wondering about the campaign. Well, I want you to know that no one has let up one bit. We've been sending out mailers and making phone calls. We even managed to postpone nearly all of the speeches you were scheduled to make until the end of September, early October. If you can't make them, Bob or I will stand in for you. But I'm sure you'll be ready. Oh, I made the radio panel appearance for you. Everybody said I was terrific. So you see, we haven't let you down. Mother and I went home a few minutes ago to call Kathleen and Siobhan to tell them how you're coming along. Frank, you have got so many friends waiting to hear how you are. And there's so much I want to know about how this happened. All about it. But I won't bother you with that right now. We'll take one thing at a time, and all you have to do right now is get well. That's all you're supposed to concentrate on. You put up a tremendous fight already, Frank, and you're winning. You're winning. Go on back to sleep if you want to. I'll be right here when you wake up again.
Where are Maeve and Johnny?
They went home. They had a lot of calls to make.
I brought them some tea.
That was thoughtful of you.
Would you like some?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Is he asleep?
I think so. He was awake for a few minutes, though.
You're awake.
I haven't told him anything about little John, Dee. I'm sure he'd love to hear about it.
Hear what?
Anything about him.
He's fine. Little John is fine.
He's getting so strong, Frank. He's even trying to stand up by himself.
That's right, he has. I'll bring him over to the hospital if Dr. Coleridge says it's okay. I'll bring him over to see you for a few minutes. That'll be okay, Mary, will it?
I don't know. No harm in asking.
Mary?
What, Dee?
Frank's had so many people here while he's been awake. Between Dr. Coleridge, your parents, Roger, the nurse. You know, I haven't spent a minute alone with him.
I guess you haven't.
Would you mind very much if I was alone with him right now?
Dee, you're awfully upset. Are you sure you'll be all right?
I'm fine. Really, really, I'm fine. I would just like to be alone with my husband. You understand, don't you?
Of course I do. I'll be right outside.
Thank you.
This isn't easy. It's just that I know this person wouldn't want me discussing your situation with anyone. But I do need some advice.
You're not discussing it with just anyone. I'm your aunt, after all, and I'm a doctor. And I'll try to forget that I know who you're talking about.
Thanks.
I'm not at all sure that I can help you, but I can assure you I won't repeat anything you tell me.
Oh, I wasn't worried about that. I know you won't.
What happened, darling?
Oh, well, I invited my friend to spend the day with me and maybe the night if everything worked out well on the houseboat. And she seemed pretty pleased with the idea.
Well, she thinks she would be.
Yeah, we went out to the marina this morning and I sensed that she was pretty nervous, but I thought maybe it's the excitement of getting off by ourselves. I mean, I wasn't exactly calm myself.
Oh, Bucky.
Oh, well, anyway. after we moved away from the marina and got into open water, I dropped anchor, and for the first time, I told her straight away that I loved her.
Do you, Bucky?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. I started to kiss her, and she didn't ask me to stop, but yeah, I could tell she was pretty tense. I tried to relax her. What was so strange is that she seemed like she wanted to make love, but she couldn't. She was trying to respond, but there's no way. And then suddenly, she panicked and asked me to stop. She started crying and blaming herself and saying that she was sure there was something wrong with her because she wanted to be close to me, but she couldn't.
Did she say what was wrong?
She said she was very inexperienced, and she'd only been really close to one man before, and that had been a very painful experience for her emotionally. She had to break it off. Oh, God. The more I tried to comfort her, the worse it made her feel, and the more she blamed herself. I tried to tell her I didn't have to ruin the whole day. We could have fun without making love, but she said she just wanted to go home.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bucky. It must have been very unhappy for both of you.
It was. I didn't know what to do to help her. I still don't.
Isn't it just possible that, well, she might need some professional help?
Yeah, well, I suggested that she talk with someone, but she says she can't.
Dear.
Whatever it is, I know I'm not helping. At least I don't want to screw things up worse. But I do want to keep being friends with her.
I don't see why that can't be possible as long as you don't press for a physical relationship. Bucky, would it make any difference if you let her take the lead for a while?
I'm not sure. I could try. I'm afraid if she doesn't get help from somewhere, that she's going to go right back into her shell and stay there.
Well, my secretary's not in today, but I'll have her make a copy of the report and send it out on Monday. No, no trouble at all. You're welcome. Goodbye.
Dad?
Hmm?
Couldn't you at least make it an early evening so we could have some time together later on?
Oh, just let me make a note here, will you? Well, okay. Now, where were we?
Don't you realize how little time we spent together in the last few days?
Oh, Faith, I'm sorry, but, well, you know, I've had to spend more time here than usual because of Frank. Now that he's starting to improve, things should be getting back to normal.
Well, when will you be home tonight?
Well, I really don't know. Is there something specific you want to talk to me about?
Well, I just want to be with you. Does it have to be something specific?
No, of course not. It's, I don't know, you just seem a little unusually disturbed about my being busy tonight.
Well, as a matter of fact, there is something I want to talk to you about. Something about myself I really don't understand.
Faith, we all perplex ourselves a little from time to time.
Daddy, this is a chronic problem.
I'll tell you what, why don't you call Jill? She's home. I talked to her just a few minutes ago to tell her about Frank's improvement.
I don't want to talk to Jill.
Well, I mean, if you have any personal problems you need to discuss, your sister might be a lot more helpful than I could be.
I don't want to talk to Jill. I want to talk to you.
Faith, I made some plans for this evening.
Can't you cancel them?
Well, is it really that urgent?
Well, it's not a matter of life and death, but it is important to me.
Well, look, I think you better call Jill. She'd love to see you.
Let's just drop it. You're going to be late for your dinner date.
No, well, I do want to stop in and see Frank before I leave.
Well, just go on then.
Look, we'll talk tomorrow, I promise.
No, let's just forget about it. I don't think there's anything that can be done about it anyway.
Oh, that's not true, Faith, and you know it. Look, just give me a few minutes. I'll look in on Frank and then be right back. We'll talk.
Mary?
Bob, did you hear?
I know. Oh, I just talked to your folks.
Isn't it marvelous? He's totally conscious. The fever's down, pneumonia's clearing up. He's going to get well, completely well.
I know he is. I know he is. Is he waiting? I want to see him.
He was a minute ago.
Great.
Oh, Bob, just a minute. Delia's in there, and she wants a few minutes alone with him.
Well, she won't mind if I just stop in for a minute, will she?
This has been a very awful time for me. I've been very frantic. I'm so sorry what happened to you. so sorry.
Dee, can I just see him for a minute? Hey, buddy. You really are awake, aren't you? You don't know how great it is to see you with your eyes open, Frank. God, you gave us a scare there, old buddy. But the whole neighborhood's been rooting for you. You should hear the celebration going on across the street right now. Your dad's gonna run out of booze, I think, tonight. I wish you could be there. But we'll make that up for you, huh? I got a lot to talk to you about, a lot to find out. But all that can wait. You just keep on improving, and you'll be out of here in no time, okay?
What's going on in here?
Hi, Doc. Join the party.
Now listen, I know how you feel, but I can't let you all be in here at once. Now, Frank's had enough visitors for one day. In a day or two, I'll have that tube out of your neck, and then you can kick them out by yourself. In the meantime, I'll get rid of them for you.
Yeah, we just got here, Doc.
No, sorry. He needs rest, not excitement.
Well, he's been resting for days. I think that's pretty damn lazy.
He's been on his back for a while, but his body's been working hard to get well, and it's got to go on working. So, come on, you all better get out of here and give him some peace and quiet.
I've only been with him for a few minutes.
Oh, Delia, he's really had too much.
I need more time with him.
Tomorrow, Delia. Come on. Delia.
See you tomorrow, Frank, okay?
This is the happiest day of my life.
Frank, I'm gonna check outside and see they're not hiding in a corner somewhere until I leave. I'll be right back. Oh, Mary. Look, I'm sorry, but he's still got a long way ahead of him. We don't want any setbacks. And I'm counting on you to keep the visiting to a minimum.
Yes, Doc, we will.
All right. I guess all the family's seen him by now. So, look, if you celebrate across the street, but not here. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Good girl.
He does look better. His color's great.
He looks great. How could you do that to me?
Do what, hon?
How could you barge in there?
I just wanted to see him for a minute, Delia.
Mary, didn't you tell Bob that I wanted to be with Frank alone?
Yes, I did, Dee, but he wasn't going to stay.
Doesn't anyone have consideration for me? You'd think I wasn't Frank's wife.
Oh, Dee, now you know that isn't true.
That is true. No one ever tells me about his condition. No one ever tells me about anything.
Now, that is not true, Dee. You're just saying that because you're upset, okay?
All I wanted was a few minutes with him. A few minutes with my husband.
All right, Dee, I'm sorry I interrupted you. Let's go home. You can see him tomorrow. You'll be the first person who sees him tomorrow morning, won't you, Mary?
Of course. Anything Delia wants. Excuse me, I was looking for your father.
He's with Frank Ryan.
Oh. Do you expect to be here when he gets back?
I may be. Why?
Well, I was wondering if I should leave a note for him, or if you'd give him a message for me.
I'll give him a message.
Good. Well, would you tell him that I'm leaving here in a few minutes and he can reach me at my hotel?
On second thought, maybe you better leave him a note. I may not be here after all.
All right.
Are you having dinner with my father tonight?
Yes, I am.
Did Marshall Westheimer arrange that, too?
I beg your pardon?
I was just wondering if you were forced to, have dinner with my father the way he was forced to hire you.
No, I believe it was his own idea.
I thought that you were married.
I am separated from my husband.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter. A dim bulb like my father couldn't be much of a threat to a great luminary like Dr. Seneca Bolak.
I'm afraid I'm not going to be allowed to forget that, am I?
I guess not.
Well, all I can say is that I was a dim bulb to have so grossly misjudged your father. And I have learned that I was very much mistaken. He's certainly proud of you and Roger and Jill, as he should be, I'm sure.
Well, we've all fought very hard to earn his respect.
That must be very gratifying to him.
I guess so. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Nonetheless, I'm sure he's very proud of all you've accomplished. Well, I'll see you on Monday, Faith.
I'm surprised you're still at the hotel. I thought you might have found an apartment by now.
Well, as a matter of fact, yes, but I haven't moved in yet.
Well, I thought you must have. I know it was of primary concern to everybody here at the hospital.
Oh, really? I wasn't aware of that.
Oh, yeah? From what I understand, it was the major research project of the whole staff.
Well, it's been successfully accomplished, so now everyone can get on to other things. Oh, there you are. I just left you a note.
Oh, shall I read it, or do you want to tell me what it says?
It simply informs you that I am through for the day and I'm going home.
I was going to leave you a note, too, but now that you're here, I'll just tell you I'm going home.
Well, weren't you waiting for me, Faith?
Yeah, I was. But as you said, it can wait.
Well, what are your plans for this evening? Did you call Joe?
No. I decided I'd like nothing better than to spend a quiet evening by myself.
Oh, Faith, wait a minute.
Bye.
I really have a hard time understanding my kids sometimes.
Well, Ed, I'm hardly an authority on the subject, but it seems to me that Faith could do with a great deal of understanding right now.
In Port Charles, revenge is a priority, relationships are disposable, and good medical care is a necessity. Keep up with this fast-paced city with an all-new episode